All right, we start now.
Damn, I hate a shy bitch.
So we finna talk about the whole Rich Paul rule. It's basically they calling it the Rich Paul rule because it seems like it's a direct attack on Rich Paul. So Rich Paul is an agent, he an NBA agent, like one of LeBron's childhood best friends. Okay. I think he part of like the group of kids that he was on the team with when he was in high school. You know, he was the only one that went to the league, and he had that group.
Rich Paul,
teammates.
Maverick Carter.
Yeah. So he basically put them all on. You know what I'm saying? He put all his homies on. You know, put them in part of his team and everything. So without going to college, without any like immediate knowledge of it, they built Clutch Sports, which is a sports agency. And Rich Paul, being the main agent of Clutch Sports, has now like he taking over the NBA.
That bread. Just it. Got that bread.
Yeah, agent wise, he taking over. He got Ben Simmons. He got Draymond Green. He got
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis,
which is a big problem because they got Anthony Davis. He helped Anthony Davis get out of New Orleans and over to.
He helped Anthony Davis get out of New Orleans, go to the Lakers, and not only that, LeBron James is an owner of Clutch Sports. So you have an NBA player who's an owner of an agency to represent players.
Yeah.
So.
Bro, I gotta watch out.
I don't know if he's the owner of Clutch
Well,
Sports.
he helped build it. He helped build it.
Yeah, I don't think he's the owner of it.
But so the whole thing is, though, it's like we can't let these motherfuckers come in the league and take over and go crazy like they've been doing.
That's basically what's happening because Anthony Davis coming into the season fired his original agent, got with Rich Paul.
Hold on, so Rich Paul was never his agent from the beginning?
He was never his agent from the beginning. So when there was rumors like Anthony Davis want to go to L.A., all of a sudden he fired his agent, hired Rich Paul, which is LeBron James' best friend, and now he like force your way out of there.
Exactly.
AD was more worried about his image. Like, damn, I love New Orleans. I don't want to look like the guy that's forcing his way out, and the fans hate me. He like, look, we gonna fix that. We gonna get
exactly.
you to LA. And it's like they just finessing the league, like you know what I'm saying, like.
So But one thing that he did now this is how he pissed off the NCAA. Look it up real quick on your phone. It was a kid who Cole, you know, he was like ESPN top 50, top 100 basketball players coming out of high school.
Is this the kid that got the shoe deal?
So instead of going to college, Rich Paul convinced him to take an internship with Adidas.
No. So look, the kid name is Darius Basley. Instead of him going to college, he took an internship for $1 million with New Balance. So instead of going to college, he played for the G League for a year.
Yep.
Did $1 million internship with New Balance, and he ended up still going 23rd in the draft.
Yeah, he was
first
number
round.
23 in the draft.
So while everybody else was in college, you get what I'm saying?
Not making no money.
So
you got
the
Zion.
NCAA lost on that player, and the NCAA is looking at it like, damn, this can't be the new wave. Like, but what kid wouldn't do that though? I'm getting paid for the G League because now the G League is finna fuck them up too. Because you got to be 1 year removed from high school, but now the G League in response to LeVar Ball, because LeVar Ball was trying to pay kids straight out of high school to come play for him and then go to the league instead of going to college and playing for free. The G League upped their pay rate above LeVar Ball's to kind of cancel him out of the game.
They were scared of what LeVar Ball had going on. So the G League, like, damn, you could come to us for more money.
Which also fucks the NCAA.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But now Rich Paul on top of that, giving motherfuckers $1 million, you know what I'm saying, internships. It's like, we ain't going to get no kids to come to college. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they had to do something.
And so basically what they did was they made a list of criteria. They created a criteria that you had to have. This the thing. It used to be if you declared for the draft, you can't come back to school.
Facts.
But they switched and was like, all right, you could declare, and if it don't work out, then you can say, all right, I'm gonna go back to college and I'm gonna continue to play. However, there's only a certain type of agent you can interact with in order for that to be it. If you interact with a Rich Paul, you can't come back to school. You can't be represented by a Rich Paul, and then we accept you to come back and play for Duke or Kentucky, or you say, well, you know, I changed my mind. I don't want to go to the league anymore. It has to be a certain type of agent. So that agent has to have 3 years of experience with a certain group. I think it's like an agency, some type of certification. You have to have a bachelor's degree, which means you got to go to college, get your bachelor's degree, whatever the case may be. And then you have to take an exam. You have to take a certification test given by the NCAA. So basically, the NCAA is saying you have to be what we want you to be in order to represent these kids. Now, everybody is calling it the Rich Paul rule because all these things directly go against how he came about. You get what I'm saying? He didn't graduate college.
It was gonna change like that anyway when LeVar put the effect.
And I mean, so it's been building. It's been building. Facts. But now that they put it in, everybody like, damn, like y'all really hating that much. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hating that hard. But I think it's one of those things where it's like, you put what they say, you put your own foot in your mouth.
So some of this is some of this lead influence too. Then not just the college thing, it's some of the lead influence because of the AD.
So they looking at Rich Paul like, damn, like we can't let this motherfucker. Not we can't let him take over because they can't stop him now.
So the league and the NBA might be working together.
They don't want
the NBA and NCAA.
They don't want more Rich Pauls. You get what I'm saying? So it's like we can't stop him. His ass then took off, but these athletes, these kids coming out of high school, Rich Paul is somebody that grew up in the inner city. He looked like you. He can talk like you. He didn't go to college, so it's not you don't feel some type of way interacting with him because you got this man walk in like I heard somebody say on another podcast that a lot of these agents have a law degree. Right? So a lot of these agents are lawyers. So I'm an 18-year-old kid, and this predominantly, I believe most agents are white. This white guy walks in a room, he's a lawyer, and we have nothing in common. But then Rich Paul walk in the room, and it's like, hell, this my nigga.
Let's be real, though. Like, it's not just about that. That's LeBron's best friend.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about, like, he relates to me, this white lawyer, that shit cool, too, but LeBron best friend trying to be my agent.
Exactly.
18.
Yeah,
this
that
LeBron
too.
homie.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
This nigga
That too.
like LeBron signs to this nigga. Like, that's where the clout come in.
So, but they scared. They don't want that to happen.
We making these black boys millionaires like crazy, right?
Yep.
So Rich Paul didn't go to college.
We don't want them to put their homies on.
Exactly.
I
don't want to make all these 19-year-old millionaires. Now they feel like, we finna make all our homies our agents. You know what I'm saying?
And make them millionaires.
Now we can't control no players in the league because they all these young black motherfuckers. They do what they want to do.
They creating their own narratives.
Yeah,
now.
It could be a situation to where, like how it's LeBron's son, Dwayne Wade's son, and all them shorties who linked up at that school.
Yeah.
And let's say they put one of their homies on to be an agent. Now they all get in the NBA. Like, we all gonna play together in the NBA because all our homies are agents and we finna be on the same team. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think any of them made it to the league yet. I think it might be but the whole Jelly fam. The group of boys from the New York who made that jelly layup, like
they just made a new name for the finger roll.
Yeah, they made a new name for the finger roll, but it's like they called it jelly, but it took off.
It's lit though.
It took off. Yeah, it took off, and they named it Jelly Fam. It took off.
Jelly Fam.
But all of the kids wanted to do it. All of the basketball player kids wanted to do it. And one of them now, he was like, two of them was the ambassador. It was one dude, he was like the better basketball player. And then the other dude, I think he like Joel Santana nephew or something like that. He's like the agent, right? He the ambassador. He the one that put it together, and he run the social media page, and he the one that interact for documentaries and all that shit. So it's like they almost was ahead of their time. You get what I'm saying? They did that, but now you got all these kids. Now you got the dude, the filet dude. The filet, you know what I'm saying? So you got all these people who starting to create their own narrative when it comes to sports. It's no longer just a young African-American boy trying to make it, and he need to.
I don't have to get drafted to be
successful. I don't have to be drafted, or I don't have to follow y'all rules to create my own narrative. Now, I'm hot. Imagine if you could come straight out of high school, right? Which that rule is going to be up for vote maybe in another 2-3 years when LeBron James' son is expected to be ready to go to the league. And LeBron basically like, my son ain't going to college. Like if he ready, he going straight to the league. So that's what I'm saying. So these kids finna start creating their own narrative. Imagine if Zion, they was selling the Duke versus North Carolina game, G. The tickets was higher than Super Bowl prices.
Yeah, his parents couldn't
And
even
he
afford to
didn't
go.
get a fucking dime, G.
His parents couldn't afford to go.
His
Gee.
parents couldn't even afford to go.
They ain't let his people come in that place.
They
for the
probably
free.
let him in, but they couldn't afford to buy a ticket.
I'm saying like I'm hooping
they
somewhere to
just
where
saying,
like
okay.
my
So-
people,
I'm finna say,
my parents couldn't even
well,
afford to come to the shit.
Imagine I'm not getting $1, and everybody in these motherfucking seats pay over. They paying thousands of dollars for a ticket to come watch me
That's
play.
facts.
They Super Bowl prices, and I didn't get $1.
Just imagine cats that go there for 2 and 3 years, 3 and 4 years.
And so that's what they saying. It's a lot of athletes that should have never went to college. Ben Simmons, he didn't want to go to college. He from Australia.
Yeah.
They still made him go to college. That's why everybody was like, he didn't try in LSU. No, because he don't want to be here. Right. The man was literally in LSU. Like you were seeing, he'd be chilling. He'd be playing. He'd go off one game, another game, he'd chill. I shouldn't be here. I'm 6'8", and I'm motherfucking. Yeah. I'm jumping out of the gym, and I'm a point guard. Gee, I should be in the league already. Like you got these players that shouldn't be in college, but college is like, no, we need that money. We need to get money off of these young black athletes, and we got people like Rich Paul.
Why is college so scared to play the players?
Listen, we got people like Rich Paul who's directly attacking that. We got to get rid of this motherfucker, or more importantly, we got to make sure no more people like him come about. But I think they put their foot in their mouth because now by doing it, they put the spotlight on them and they've shown just how grimy they are. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So Chris Broussard went on IG and basically was like, it's war. It's war. Stop going to the Dukes. Stop going to the North Carolinas. Stop going to the UCLAs. Go to HBCU. Because a lot of the HBCUs are not part of the NCAA. So he's saying, if you're gonna be one and done anyway, go to an HBCU.
And they still gonna put you on TV. It's no way. Zion could have went to Chicago State,
and Chicago State was gonna sign a contract with ESPN.
Like it doesn't matter. Like it don't matter about Duke, and if Duke don't get top recruits, Duke not gonna be on ESPN. It's the kids control the shit, but they don't realize that.
And so Chris Broussard is basically saying like, all these players, like you got all these players who went to Kentucky, right? Kentucky got like in the last 10 years they got 20 plus players who was lottery picks or first round picks, right? So he like, you went to Kentucky for a year. You weren't going to class. Like, let's keep it real. You weren't going to class. You weren't trying to get your degree. Why the fuck are you giving Kentucky $3 million donations? Like, honestly, what did Kentucky do for you? It's more so what you did for Kentucky. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
why
they made money off you and you donate
and so Chris Broussard like, stop giving these motherfucking $1 million donation. Give that shit to the HBCUs. Give it to Spelman.
Chris Broussard said was that it was racist. Do you feel like he said that it was a racist rule?
Yeah, So I definitely feel like it's hard to me. It's hard to call it racist, right? The reason why I say it's hard to call it racist because if you call it racist, you also lowering the expectation of a black person. And the reason why I say that is because they saying, oh, it's racist. Well, then that's like saying it's racist because a lot of black people don't graduate college. A lot of black people don't get their bachelor's degree. You call it, it's definitely a direct attack on a black man. Right. But to call it racist is to lower the expectations of what you think a black person can.
I think you're thinking too deeply into that. I disagree with that.
I think calling it racist is doing that. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I think it's just I think they feel like it's racist simply because
it's a direct attack on Rich Paul.
I don't feel like the reason I don't feel like it's racist at all because I feel like if a white dude came and did the same shit,
they'll get rid of his ass too.
I think it's purely about money. I don't think race got nothing to do with it.
It's like some race to me.
At the NCAA,
I'm pretty sure a white mod done it already. A black mod just done it to a high magnitude because the player that's involved in it.
It's never been a time.
Like people like LeBron and all that. I'm pretty sure it have, bro. They ain't gonna put it in the paper for you
to get $1 million to take a kid out of college and give him $1 million.
Did you hear about when the old commissioner, what's his name?
David Stern.
Do you hear about when David Stearns raised the New York salary cap so they could sign Mike the last year he won a ring for here?
I ain't hear about that.
They raised their salary cap. The lead salary cap probably was like something 15 or 12 million. Right. They raised their shit like 5 to 6 more so they could take Mike and he could play with Patrick Ewing, his best friend, so they could win a ring in '97, bro. Right. So It's shit like that. You don't hear about that type of shit though. So I'm pretty sure a motherfucker did it, but ain't nobody ever did it. That's like you said, LeBron and AD, the person that's connected to all them. So we gotta stop that shit right now. So because he did it's too big on.
I think this only the beginning of the Rich Paul. I think it's gonna be more Rich Paul rules. So the NCAA set their Rich Paul rule. I think the NBA gonna be right behind them.
The NBA,
the NCAA and the NBA ain't really. They not really though. Kinda, sorta. Like I feel like when the NBA set that 1 year,
they phony kicking it. The NBA and the NCAA phony kicking.
When the NBA set that 1 year out of college rule, right? That shit helped the NCAA a lot because kids couldn't come straight out. You know what I'm saying? The NCAA benefited off that. But if they was like together like they want to be, it would be 2 years or 3 years like with the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So the NFL, like the NCAA as far as football, they have a real farmer league. Like them motherfuckers can't go into 3 years out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like which is super not fair. Like you gotta be 3 years out of high school to go to the NFL.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
They was arguing that but in
it's
football,
really nowhere else to go to play. You can't go you ain't going overseas.
Yeah, football
you know
smoke.
What I'm saying?
Football you smoke.
Yeah.
You gotta go to college. Like you gotta go to college. You can't. What you gonna do? You gonna go to Canadian
Football
Football League or something
that's
like
too
that?
physical of a sport to be telling the
That's what I'm saying. So
to let a nigga that's
for
37
football,
knock you on
it
the floor.
more so makes sense because a lot of people bodies don't be ready. But you have exceptions though.
It don't make sense because exactly you
have exceptions.
So the niggas
Jadavion
that
Clowney,
but
Adrian Peterson. These motherfuckers who should have they shouldn't have spent 3 years in college. G.
Listen, if you saying, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
if you saying it's too dangerous of a sport to go
at least a year
to go to the NFL early and have a grown man hitting you, it's too dangerous of a sport to play 3 years for free.
Yeah,
very.
When
true.
I could be a millionaire, so
Very
I take that million and risk this nigga fucking me up. Then go play for 3 years for free and risk these young niggas fucking me up.
Lattimore. It was a running back for North. I think it was South Carolina or North Carolina. Cold ass running back. Last name was Lattimore. He dislocated both knees, fucked up both his knees all throughout college. Never end up going to the league, but his first year in college, the man was like, this motherfucker gonna be the next Barry Sanders.
Right.
Like Shorty was that cold. Like he was super cold. He had to stay 3 years. His second year, fucked up one knee. Third year, fucked up another knee. Never went to the league. At least if after that first year he could have went to the league, he would have at least got that first check. He would have been a top 10 pick. Would have got that first check. And if something happened to his knees, he would have at least had a little bit bread behind him.
You know that football shit. That right man ran for real. So you already know how that's going. They're gonna try to make sure a nigga already broke down when he get there. Because all they white people doing is throwing the quarterback. All the thing they care about is the quarterback, and most of them cats white.
Well, that's the thing. Chris Broussard basically was just like, they hold the top positions right now, right? They hold the top positions. They making the rules. But what do we have that they don't have? We are the athlete. We have our athletic dominance. If we gon' shit on them in any type of way, it's gonna be controlling the fact that we the athlete. Now I ain't coming to your main schools. They need these students to go to Duke. They need them to go to Kentucky because these are the teams that everybody want to see. These are the teams. Imagine Morehouse going to the NCAA tournament and smoking all these motherfuckers.
They'll be sick.
They'll be sick.
And they gonna be
imagine Howard.
How to stop
imagine Howard winning the NCAA championship. Yeah. They gonna be super sick. They gonna be super sick.
They get it's so much money that come with
it. And it's so much money and TV deals that come with that shit. Like, it's not even something that will take time to be. That shit can happen immediately. When I say that shit can happen immediately, imagine if Zion and RJ Barrett went to Howard. It would have been
y'all drafted number 1 and 2 regardless of what.
It would have been immediate, Immediate. Murray State. Look what John Morant did. He went to Murray State. Kids are now looking to go to Murray State. John Morant was the second pick in the NBA draft, and now kids are like, put Murray State on my list of schools that I'm interested in going to.
That Davidson was.
Wade put Wake Forest on. Steph Curry put Davidson on. Now kids want to. They look
went to Marquette.
Yeah. Chris Paul put Wake Forest on.
Yeah, Tim Duncan put Wake Forest on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, but I know when I know like around that time, kids start looking into it, like
Wake Forest.
Yeah, like
Marquette.
Marquette.
Jimmy Butler
like,
ended up going to Marquette.
Yeah, exactly. So students are now looking at imagine if that shit happened for a HBCU. And I think by the NCAA,
Cam Newton's little brother went to Howard.
By the NCAA doing this, I think they just smoked themselves. They thought they acted quick and they acted irrational because they were scared.
Because people not smart enough to
no.
To make these moves.
That's the thing.
They're gonna be scared.
They just made people smart enough to do it. Listen, what I'm telling you. When you got people like a Chris Broussard who's highly respected in media and sports broadcasting, right? And you got LeBron James directly adding the NCAA, like y'all, what do you say? Y'all big mad. Like, damn, y'all big mad. Y'all just came at us like this.
So
y'all ain't gonna stop this train. Now you got people like, what the fuck is LeBron talking about?
I kind of disagree with the immediate thing, though. I don't think it'll be immediate. The reason why I say that is because...
No, I say it could be an immediate impact if that was the case.
Yeah, I feel like if they did go to those schools, it still wouldn't happen immediately. The reason why is because if you got RJ and Zion, they go to, let's say they go to Clark Atlanta. Who the fuck is the coach at Clark Atlanta?
Facts.
We don't know, right? Mm-hmm. So you got, and they won and done, right? And they couldn't get it done at Duke under Coach K. So they go there, and Coach K got his 3-year boys.
Mm-hmm.
They not beating them niggas. Like, Coach K still winning. Like, so at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? They not getting through that tournament. Like, it's going to take years of them going down, building. And then they get the money, and then they get the big coach, and then it's going to take 7 years.
Now, this my thing. This my thing. They might not win NCAA championship or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But I think it's an argument to be made that it's almost like a super team, right?
They'll kill it if you can go to one of the mediocre schools, like y'all said, that's not connected with the NCAA, and they be like, hey, now you come here, now we going to give you some bread too. Now, if they could just blatantly throw that out, like, hey, you come here,
well, that's they ace in the hole. They saving that.
Then that shit gonna
they saving it. The NCAA is saving
my
that.
thing is this:
they saving playing students. That's gonna be their last result, but they gonna do it. I think they gonna eventually do it in order to get the power back. They gonna be forced to do it. I think they power gonna start to slip, and they gonna be forced to start.
It's gonna be too late then, because the reason why I say it's gonna be too late is because you can't. When you start paying students, you can't pay some students. You got to pay the niggas at SIU.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying? So when you roll that out and whatever that look like, by that time the G League, you can't match them G League salaries, and you paying the whole fucking country.
Or what about not even paying them, but allow them? What about not even paying them?
Like McDonald's shit.
What about not
go to the G League?
Yeah.
Listen, bro.
What about not
going to no decent ass school? You can't make no decent ass.
What about not paying them, but allowing them to make money? For instance, let Zion sign $1 million shoe deal with Adidas. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for instance, the reason why LaMelo Ball didn't go to college is because he had his own shoe. UCLA was like, nah, hell no. Like, you can't have your own shoe. Like, we got
I think they were Jordan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like, but they was like, we got a contract. Like, you gotta wear our shoes. And he was like, all right, I'll wear y'all shoes, but I'm still gonna sell my shoes. They was like, nah, like, you can't be no businessman. You can't sell shoes and be part of the UCLA team.
Right.
And so what if they allow that? What if they say, all right, we ain't gonna pay you, but you the hottest player in the league, sell your jerseys. Sign your shoe deal. Sign Zion. 2K wanted to sign Zion when he was in high school. Right. 2K wanted to sign him a deal ASAP. Like, they was thirsty for this man to make it to the league. 2K signed him to they didn't disclose the amount of money, but he just signed the deal with 2K. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you allow the players to do that, that's how you can start reeling them back in. You think it'll be too late for it?
Not only would it be too late, if I can do that in college, I can do that out of college. True. Why am I going to college?
Yeah.
It don't make sense, bro.
But
so I can do the same thing I'm doing in college, but be in the G League making money.
That's why
the same thing I'm doing in college and take you off. My question to you is this though: when you say, so I'm kind of trying to wrap my head around the HBCU shit because Tracy McGrady talk about that a lot, and that is something that like I think we would all love to see happen because them kids go there. The TV deals come, the money come, and now the tuition probably goes down because the school has more money. They don't have to charge kids out
$40,000 to go there.
My thing is this. Even though Zion, sensational, YouTube sensation, all of that, right? everybody not him.
True.
Even the other number one picks in the draft, like this is the biggest hype nigga since LeBron. So he's an anomaly. Let's take Zion out the picture. Let's take who was the number one a few years. Let's say somebody like Donovan Mitchell, somebody like who's not a freak athlete, just a great player. So he go to HBCU. They don't win, right? Mm-hmm. Not only did you not win, so by the time you probably don't even get far in the tournament. So when March Madness come and it's the big stage, you ain't on it. And it's another nigga going crazy that went to do.
But what if you average 50?
You're not on the big stage.
You average 50?
You're not on the big stage.
If you average 50, you're gonna get on the big stage because they're gonna make sure they throw a game in
so
there.
Not necessarily because I like.
But what I'm saying,
Steph Curry did it with Davis.
But he did it on the big stage though. They went to the NCAA tournament. They went to the Sweet 16. You know what I'm saying?
That's because he was balling though. It's like what you saying. As long as you ball, you can get there.
If you not, that's what I'm saying. If nobody hear it, you can be the best rapper in the fucking world. If you don't get a deal, you don't get on. It don't matter.
Is you saying that based on like the team structure, or you just saying that on a player?
No, I'm saying on if that player go to that school and he never get on that big stage, and then when that big time coming, we watching March Madness and we see whoever on that team's going crazy, do your draft stock drop? Am I risking? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now
am I risking being the number one pick back going to HBCU?
Now I'm a second round pick because it's recency bias.
It go back to
who
what
the best
you
player
said, though, how you was saying.
Hold on, it's a million niggas right now who tell you Kawhi Leonard the best player in the NBA right now because of recency, bro. We just seen him go crazy. But LeBron wasn't in the playoffs. He wasn't on the big stage. So now niggas is like,
motherfuckers call amnesia quick.
Is Kawhi better than LeBron? So everybody got amnesia. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm the number one nigga coming out of college, out of high school, now they went to this HBCU. So when the big games getting played, I ain't on that. So now I'm a second round pick, even though I'm smoking these niggas.
Or do they start being on the big stage eventually? Like you said,
gotta
it's gonna
win
take
your way there, but it's gonna take who gonna take that risk? That's what I'm
who
saying.
gonna
take the L?
So you telling me SIU wouldn't have got no TV time if Ben Simmons came over there and played at their school?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying they would have got TV time, but if they didn't win.
But if they didn't win,
it don't matter.
Would he have been a number one pick?
Ben Simmons went to college and how many years he went to school?
1.
What player was that they said went to school almost all 4 years and never made the NCAA? I mean, never went to like
big tournaments.
Big tournaments.
I ain't really sure.
Whoever that is, bro, it's just like that, bro. If you go to a school,
you said whoever that is,
because you the best, bro. I don't care, bro. If you're scoring 60 points and Ben Simmons gonna score 60 at SIU, he's scoring 60 and 12 and 10, bro. Somebody gonna see him. They already know you great. They know you was the number one player in the nation before you even came to college. Right. So now you like, I'm not going to the big school. Let me just go here and average 60. When you go there and average 60, bro, no, you're not getting on TV time. But guess what? They say this motherfucker went down there and averaged 60.
But are you still going number one though?
But are you still gonna go number one?
You gonna go top 10?
It's a
it
big
don't
money
even matter.
It do matter. It's a big difference. It's a big money difference, bro.
You still mess around, go number one because it's gonna be a game.
It's a different type of signing bonus.
You might go number one though, bro, because they gonna give you a game where all right. He gonna let his ass go against Duke. So he gonna get their ass 60 because he been in the 60 zone.
He cold right now.
And now he gonna go number one.
He cold right now, but Kemba Walker was super overrated in college. Right. When he was on UConn, G, he was not that cold. He was super overrated.
It's because of that moment.
Listen. No. It's because of that tournament when they did the what division they in.
Big East.
Big East. The Big East tournament, he went fucking crazy and he fucked dude up for that game winner at Madison Square Garden. And everybody was like, Kemba Walker, the truth. That nigga was super overrated though, G. I think in the championship game he had like 12 points. Like he was super overrated. But everybody swore he was a killer, G. Everybody,
bro, he crafty. He look overrated now when you watch him. Like when I watch him now, when I watch him on TV, like you could play him on a video game and be like, damn, but when you watch him on TV, he don't really fuck.
He ain't got nothing special.
You hear about them games. When you watch him as a person, he don't be really doing shit out there.
But that stage made him hot. Yeah. That stage, so it's like that stage if the stage can make you hot, it also not being on that stage can make you not shit.
And it's think about Stephen Curry, for example. He stayed at Davidson how many years? 2 or 3?
I think 3.
Or 3. Nah, he was
3. So just imagine if Ben Simmons say, I'm gonna stay at SIU for 3. and average 60 all 3 years. Tell me where he going. Tell me where he going. He ain't going home, and he ain't going around 2. He going around 1.
But you could go Duke.
Top 5.
You could go Duke 1 year and be number 1.
Exactly.
Exactly. You can average 15 and be, or fuck it. RJ Barrett was so far ahead of
I don't like
Zion.
college ball, though. It's stagnant your game.
What, college ball? I mean, because it's a different type of basketball. Yeah, it's a different type of basketball.
There's a lot of guys who could, like you say, like the straight to the league. There's a lot of guys who should have went straight to the league and still would have been prominent players today. Like people like Sharon Collins. He's a prime example. He should have been one of them cats that should have been able to go right to the league instead of spending 4 years in college.
RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, when they
Barrett need another year in college.
Look, but let me tell you what's crazy. Coming out of high school, they thought this man was 2 times better than Zion. RJ Barrett was the number 1 player in the country coming out of high school.
He cold, though. He cold.
Listen. He was the number 1 player. College, to me, hurt him. College, Florida, his stock fell.
On a national
he ended up being the number 3 pick. He ended up being the number 3 pick. When coming out of high school, motherfuckers was like, this nigga the next Kobe. Yeah. Like he's the next Kobe.
That's why I fuck with y'all.
And his stock fell. His stock fell.
He proved my point. That boy from Murray State,
Ja Morant,
his ass did the SIU thing I was telling you about. He went down there and killed, and now look at him.
He was the number 2 pick.
It's possible,
so
bro.
Ja Morant was in the tournament, bro. That's not proving your point. The nigga was in the tournament.
He went crazy in the tournament.
He went crazy on the big stage. That's what I'm saying.
He made it to the stage?
Yeah.
He made it, right?
Yeah.
Ben Simmons was going to make it. It's the same thing. Like you say, nobody would listen to no Murray State. Now people want to go to Murray State. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's an argument for both. It's an argument for both. I'm just saying, like, you know, the NCAA just made it clear that, like, we really don't give a fuck about these these.
They don't give a fuck about the kids.
Yeah, like we don't give a fuck about these kids.
Bro.
It's all about the dollar signs.
Yes.
You got players, you got golf teachers, and the golf coaches. They making $350,000, and y'all ain't never won no golf tournament at the school.
What wasn't that?
Fuck y'all making all that money.
I think it was
program still getting funded all that money, and your salary keep rising.
Shabazz Napier put them on blast. Remember when UConn won and he grabbed the mic? It was like, we broke and hungry. Like fuck, we just won this championship. I know y'all happy. I know this is a great feeling, but we need money. Yeah. Like wow,
that's like when niggas won the Olympics and put their fist on. Like get these niggas out of here. Like turn the cameras
that man
off.
He won an NCAA championship, and instead of basking in the glory and being happy and celebrating with the fancy eye, I'm glad y'all happy, but we broke as hell. like we just made UConn money. They finna get that check for winning the tournament. All y'all happy. Y'all can say I'm a UConn fan. I'm a Husky for life. We broke. We can't wait to get to the league. Fuck this shit. Like we hungry. So everybody like, damn. Like I thought they get stipends and shit. You know, it's something that shit not helping us. And it looked bad.
I ain't gonna lie. There was a few football players at SIU say they was straight.
Look, they was straight.
You niggas say they was straight.
They was straight, but you gotta put context and put it into comparison. They was straight because they was at SIU, and SIU wasn't getting shit for them. So they were straight. But UConn is getting paid.
For you
know what I'm saying? Like,
so I don't think
I can't eat and I can pay my bills, but you selling my jersey with my name on it,
and that's the problem,
for $100.
That's the problem.
And I ain't seeing shit.
That's the problem. Everybody should be compensated because you got their name on the back of that shit, yo. Yeah. Take my name off of it.
Or like
shit. My name on that.
I remember I was with the nigga DJ in college. You remember DJ?
Yeah, the football player. Yeah.
He was like, nigga, I play with myself on the game. Like I pick SIU on NCAA football, and I'm on the video game. I got dreads and everything, and I'm shit. And I was just sitting right here with you, shit.
It's
like I'm on a motherfucking video game.
My ain't send them nothing in the mail. That's wild.
They got my number and all that shit.
Like that, how they get my voice? Like this man talk like me, like he ain't
that shit
no
strong,
payment.
man.
Then you know, college, like you say, college they gonna make it hard. They ain't letting that lick up because you getting all this money off these players, and when they get to the league, they ain't gonna even make half.
I think they
for the league.
I think they fucking themselves over because when that rule come back up to vote as far as having to do 1 year. So the NBA and the NCAA, it's a love-hate relationship. It's like, help us help you, right? But the NCAA fucking themselves over, and the NBA like, we don't want to be tied to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard and all these people mad at us. They our players. They our players. I think the NBA is the one sports league that's being more progressive because they looking at the players and they realizing like, y'all can fuck us over if y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can make this shit real bad if y'all want to. So we finna just start. You know, Steve Kerr said it's about to get real out here. I like good for Anthony Davis, but what he did is really about to mess up the league because he forced his way out. So now you finna have these players who finna have these teams about the balls, right? LeBron James was the first person to do it without us really knowing what he was doing, but he was signing 1-year deals with Cleveland. He was signing that whole little run when he was with Kyrie Irving. He wasn't on no 3-year contract. He wasn't on no 4-year.
Every time.
He was 1 year every time. Hell no, because if y'all do something I don't like, I'm out. And the dude who was the GM was like, being a GM for the Cavaliers was torture because LeBron James owned us. Every move we made, we had to call LeBron and be like, can we go after this player? Do you want us to go after this player? Because he signed a 1-year deal, and if they made one wrong move, he getting the fuck up out of there. He told them, do not trade Kyrie Irving. I don't give a fuck what he say. He's a basketball player. He's a competitor. Kyrie Irving told you he want to be traded. Come game 1 of this season, that motherfucker gonna be suited up and he gonna play, and we gonna have an opportunity to win another championship. And if you don't trade him, keep him on the team, don't trade him, and then go after somebody else. Try to convince him to stay. Hey, nah, we gonna trade him. That sealed their fate right then and there with LeBron James. When he didn't do what they asked him to do, oh yeah, I'm out of here. Like y'all smoke. I'm gone.
But and then it's crazy too because
so the NBA ain't finna follow the NCAA. Y'all motherfuckers on y'all own.
With LeBron being so big and Cleveland being so small, it was like that's bigger than basketball. You take LeBron James out of Cleveland, you taking tourism, you taking money out of that city. You know what I'm saying?
Like the same. It's back like they was in '95.
Yeah. So it's just a thing to where
the economic effect he had on Cleveland is wild, G.
Yeah.
Like,
oh shit, you be out there, fool. I was.
No. Like, listen.
For real, though.
Listen, like
For real.
this Cleveland stadium, right? This the basketball stadium. The bars around it, G, was making so much money. They was able to sell beers for $10. Yeah. Because people gonna come and watch. When has somebody from Japan wanted to visit Cleveland?
LeBron James.
You got people from
LeBron
Japan.
James.
You got people from other countries wanting to visit Cleveland. Not LA, not New York, not Miami, not Chicago. We finna get on a trip and go watch the Cavaliers play. And we gonna stay in Cleveland. And we gonna take a tour bus and say, oh, this is LeBron James' favorite restaurant. This is where LeBron James gets his haircut. When he left, he smoked the whole city, G. Like he smoked.
He did build a school in Cleveland. We ain't gonna say.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing about what he did.
He ain't smoked him this time. The first time was the smoke.
No, this time, every time he leave, it was a smoke. But the thing is, it's making the NBA like we can't make this motherfucker mad. You see how much juice he got? We can't make him mad. He went publicly and went against the NCAA. That was probably the worst shit that could have happened to them. You got LeBron James himself tweeting or putting something on Instagram saying, oh, the NCAA smoked. I don't even want my son to go to college. You know, Shorty just got on Instagram. Shorty just got on Instagram and had millions of followers within a day. Yeah. You know how many kids want to be Bronny James, want to be just like his son?
LeBron said that.
LeBron, he said if it's not a one and done rule, my son is not going to college. If he ready, you get what I'm saying? If he's good enough to go straight to the league, he's not going to college. You know how many kids?
You know LeBron ain't letting them colleges get none of that money.
Gee, you know how many? Why would
That's the real LeVar Ball.
Why would I let my son?
That's the real LeVar Ball.
He gonna be a LeVar Ball without saying it, without being so like it's just the energy. Don't nobody like his energy. LeVar Ball is a great father. People just don't like his energy. He don't like the fact that I'm talk shit and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do about it.
I'm saying, like, he know his son's worth, so college players they're gonna miss out because LeVar Ball, like, when them two boys get of age, they, like you say, they ain't gonna go to college.
Jeez,
Wade's son. LeBron gonna have him at the crib learning.
Wade
gonna go to school.
Wade's son and LeBron's son finna play basketball for 2 years together. They both finna be on the same team for 2 years. I think Wade's son a junior or maybe even a senior. But they finna at least play ball together for at least a year. And Wade's son probably, he gonna have to go to college at least for 1 year because of the rule or whatever the case may be. But
you know he going to college. Look how Gabby got his son.
But
he going to college.
But do you think if he didn't have to, he would?
He going to college.
I'm saying, but like my whole thing is like I think the NCAA is smoking themselves because they putting all these rules into effect and they just basically making young men not want to go even more. I already was gonna be a one and done. I already don't want to come here. Motherfucking Andrew Wiggins. he had a press conference. He had a press conference and he made a comment like, man, I had a great time at Kansas. I think it was either him or Jabari Parker. I had a great time playing for y'all. I wish I could do it all over again. And somebody in the back was like, you can stay. Like do another year. And he was like, nah, it sounds good, but yeah, I'm out of here. I'm finna go get this check. These kids they looking at this Rich Paul rule and they finna get that. Like, y'all got us fucked up. Like,
the kids, I think people just gonna go to school for that shit. That's all, bro.
Wrapping this one,
go to school for that
wrapping
shit.
this one up. I think we just go around, but I think
do you think it was racist?
No, it wasn't racist. It was just money. But I think the bigger picture of it all is, black people are starting to, like you say, write their own narrative and just instead of just taking this money and just being rich, like taking the money, spending it, we're using our brain. So it started with Magic Johnson. He got that lifetime deal with the Lakers. He turned that shit into all these Starbucks, all these movie theaters. He turned that shit into just generational wealth. Why is basketball players who do get $250 million and go broke, Allen Iverson? You know what I'm saying? People like that. We got I fuck with AI though, but
Adrian Peterson, bro.
Then we got
that's wild.
So Magic started it. Mike took the shit, they gave him the shoe deal, and he took it to another level. And now LeBron is like taking that, like it's like they just passing the torch. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's inspiring a whole nother generation of kids that's gonna come be like, I'm not finna like just get this money and just go fucking crazy and do some stupid shit. I'm finna put my guys on. I'm finna have, you know what I'm saying, restaurant chains, and I'm finna do all type. I'm finna make this money, like, whether it's directly giving it back to the community, you inspiring a generation to come behind you, and you creating jobs. You affecting the economy off playing basketball.
Which is crazy. But I want the attack to continue. Because I think it's feeding them, right? When that lady went on national television and told Kevin Durant and LeBron James, shut up and dribble, they turned that into a motherfucking documentary. They turned it into a film company. Right. LeBron James now has a TV show. They
Drake the coat.
What's crazy is it might sound crazy, but when you attack and when you try to shit on them, that put the fire under their ass to do something. It's like LeBron James probably would have never thought to have a production company and create documentaries until somebody went on national TV and told him shut up and dribble. He was like, all right, bitch, I got you. I'm gonna shut up and dribble. Now I'm finna use what you got and I'm finna make money off. I'm finna make a movie off this shit. So the NCAA, keep doing stupid shit. Like, I want you to keep doing stupid shit. Cause now you just finna force us to see, like, we low key don't need y'all. Like, y'all need us. With the Fab Five, we dropped the ball with the Fab Five because that should have been a clear indicator that they need us. The Fab Five came in wearing black socks. They came in being rowdy. They was celebrating on the court.
Long
shorts. Like they was the first ones to not wear these motherfucking thigh high shorts. They was wearing their long shorts. And so it's like, we saw the impact it could have had with them, and then we kind of dropped the ball. But now with LeBron James and all them, it's like y'all ain't shit without us. There is no NCAA without the black athletes that play for.
I think it's a little racist, the Rich Paul rule, but it is what it is. They just underestimating the people, and motherfuckers gonna figure it out. Like, y'all put that year on there, whatever y'all do, you got to go to school with your bachelor's. Motherfuckers gonna figure that out, and when they figure it out, them youngers just gonna attack it anyway. So LeBron can keep preaching everything, keep preaching, and they could put that, you got to get a bachelor's. Them shorties ain't the same no more. They gonna go to school, knock that shit out, and get on with their homie. So
they gonna still do it.
So
exactly.
In a minute, like, you gonna put that rule in play for nothing, cause it's gonna affect y'all more. Cause majority of y'all kids is the ones who getting the shit handed down to them. So y'all really cutting y'allself out the loophole. So that's all.
I get what you're saying.
That's it.
All right.